To the surprise of nobody, I'm fairly negative about the gaming industry, and for good reason, because it's a bad industry out to bend you over and fuck you good. People often ask me why I'm so negative all the time, and I really find this response to be baffling when the writing is all over the wall. Gaming companies have been slowly chipping away at the content we receive in games, locking shit behind paywalls, and taking out content within games that was made prior to launch and selling it later as DLC, or even having the fucking balls to sell it at launch as pre-order exclusive DLC. The modern game industry is a fucking joke. You're probably asking yourself what even spurred this rant. This has been one coming for a long time with some very guilty perpetrators like EA, Capcom, Ubisoft, and more recently, WB Games. But the discovery of DLC missions already printed to the fucking discs of Destiny is the straw that broke the camel's back. And don't even try to justify that. If the DLC missions are already in the game data, that means the missions were made or at least were nearly finished prior to launch. They just took that shit out of the game to sell in the expansion pack we all bought, and because of the hype train getting pushed by Activision and all the games journalists who were supposed to be looking out for your interests, we all got fucked. Activision knows full well that gamers hate on this DLC, evident by Capcom's corporate demise. The term DLC doesn't even apply here. You aren't downloading anything, it's already in the game. It's just locked behind a wall until you pay for the expansion pass. That's unacceptable. When content is made prior to launch, it should be on the disc and available to the player at no cost. And I don't want to hear shit like, well, they made the game, they can do what they want. Could you imagine applying this logic to any other circumstance? Imagine you order a pizza for $15, which is missing a slice. The guy at the counter tells you that you can buy an extra slice for $4, even though he already made the pizza and just took one slice off. And once you call him on it, he's just like, shut up, just buy it. I made the pizza, it's my rules. Doesn't work that way. Oh, don't get me started on pre-order exclusive DLC. Some pre-order bonuses are okay. Stuff like exclusive skin packs or a new gun for campaign games only is fine because it doesn't really matter and it doesn't take substantial development time to create. Unfortunately, missions are now the norm. Pre-order now and get an exclusive mission we made and took out of the game as an incentive to make you give us money before the game is out. Once the reviews come out and reveal our game is a feculent turd, it's too late and we already have your money. Almost every company is guilty of this, especially fucking Ubisoft. Oh, but now it's getting worse. The fuckwits at WB Games thinks it's a good idea to take Goro out of Mortal Kombat X and have him as a pre-order exclusive character. If you don't pre-order Mortal Kombat X, you don't get Goro, and people seriously think that's ethical? That's bullshit! People are also trying to justify the GameStop exclusive Red Hood story mission for Batman Arkham Knight. I mean, seriously, if you don't buy the game from GameStop, you don't get critical story missions. Come on, guys, this isn't okay. Oh, let's not forget about microtransactions. It's not bad enough that gaming companies are giving us less content in games in general, evident by the fact that campaigns are approaching movie length, but because development costs of AAA games have reached an all-time high, these companies can't sustain themselves unless their game sells 3 million copies, which not all games do. So to make back the money, they gimp progression in single-player and multiplayer games as an incentive to make gamers dump money into microtransactions just to make the game less grindy and more enjoyable. The fact that they're optional doesn't matter. Microtransactions break game balance. That is, if the game balance is even correct to begin with, or even fucking done. A problem almost exclusive to gaming is broken games. I swear to God, gaming is the only entertainment medium where stuff just doesn't work. It blows me away. These companies bitch about how expensive game development is and use microtransactions and DLC to make more money, yet still release unfinished buggy games, which surely save them some money. And it's gotten to the point where people are actually trying to justify it by saying, oh well, they'll patch it later. It shouldn't need to be patched. It should work day one. Fixing game balance post-launch with a patch makes sense because balance is truly put to the test once the game comes out. But if it's like Battlefield 4, the game doesn't even work for 6 months, that's terrible. I mean, it's gotten to the point where companies like EA are promising that their games are going to work. You shouldn't need to promise that the game is going to work. It's meant to work. This doesn't happen with movies. You don't just go to the cinema only to have the movie cut to black halfway through. Songs don't just fuck up randomly. I know that they can't really get buggy, but that's just a problem with the medium, and that's something you have to deal with. A few little bugs, no problem. If the game crashes all the time, big fucking problem. What makes me depressed is the fact that there are people out there who defend this sort of conduct. People defend on this DLC. People justify exclusive missions as pre-order bonuses. People think microtransactions are acceptable. People try and rationalize broken fucking games. You're screwing yourself over. You shouldn't be defending corporations from fucking you in the ass. You should be pissed off and telling them to put on some rubber before they do that. I know this video is gonna fall on deaf ears, but that's your own loss. All I can say is that when you pre-order a game you shouldn't and get fucked over, don't come complaining to me.